These are very, very loosely packed in here. If I pushed it down, it would sink down probably, I don't know, halfway, maybe a little less. But they're loosely packed so that I can get the seeds in there and then put a little bit more soil in it. So, I'm gonna go pick out some seeds. It's so noisy here. Just imagine no traffic. Oh well, we make the best of it. So I was trying to think what I could plant in this because my garden space is limited. I'm gonna jam pack as much as I can in there, but it's still gonna be pretty limited. What I wanna do is I wanna figure out what I can plant in there and what I can do for succession planting, because I've got a summer, a nice long hot summer, and I want to be able to plant as much as I can in here that will be more for the cooler springtime, and then when the summer hits, plant those things in there that I know will want the heat. So like right now, my brassicas need to go in because they won't get as much time. If they're out here in the heat, then they'll just bolt and then I won't be able to eat them. So I want to make sure that I get all my brassicas in the ground before it gets way too hot. And then things like my sunflowers and my pumpkins and all those fun cucumbers and beans, put those in when it's hot out, and we'll have, I think, a good long harvest with those. I think my biggest question mark will be, will I be able to plant the things like peas and beans over and over again this summer? Will they survive? How will it work? I mean, I don't know what I can grow here. I knew what I could grow in Oregon and what I couldn't grow, especially on our property, but I'm not sure what I can grow here. I think I can grow a whole lot more, but we'll see. And then in my small little garden space, what can I grow and how long will things last? When it gets too hot, what do I do? You know, that sort of thing. So we're just we're gonna try. If I fail, I fail. If I do really well, then it'll be awesome and we'll have a very fruitful summer. But I gotta figure out what I'm gonna plant for right now in this tray. So let's do it. Except I never have enough room. I'm gonna put the tray on the ground. Try not to knock the camera off in the process, because that would be a bummer. You guys, I dropped my camera this morning. I dropped it on the ground in my bedroom. It was like a 18 inches drop, but it scared me to death. I have a little level on the back of my camera and it broke the level off, so now I can't tell if I'm ever crooked. Sorry guys. If I am, just have grace with me. Okay, right now I've got beans. I've got a couple of beans. I've got some cucumbers. I've got I think 4 different varieties of beans. I do have some watermelons growing, some pumpkins, cantaloupes, honeydew. I'm excited to see if those are gonna work. I also have some okra. They're not my favorite, but my mama loves them, so we're gonna grow them so that mama can have some okra this year. And my son loves them pickled. So good, I'm gonna grow them for them. But what I don't have, I have some kale growing in this little thing down, my little stackable planter, much like a green stalk. I'm gonna see how they do in that. I think they might overtake it. I think I may have made a mistake. If so, I'll have to put them somewhere else. But I don't have kale, and I want that, other than in this little pot thing. So I have to find the kale that I already planted and see if I can get a couple of little guys started in this. I have the dwarf blue curl kale. These were from botanical interest. And then, I wish I could do garlic this year. I wish I could have done it last year and put it in, but I didn't. I didn't have time. By the time we got here and settled in, we were about a week away from Thanksgiving, and there was just no way. And of course, I didn't get permission to do a garden until just a couple weeks ago, so. But it's okay. So I have 3 different, although 2 of them are pretty similar, varieties of kale. I've got Tuscan kale, a red Russian kale. This is probably what you see in the store most often, which is the dwarf blue curled ones. And then I have a dwarf Siberian kale. And I don't know how closely related to the dwarf blue curled they are. They're from 2 different companies, so I had found this farm supply store in Spartanburg when we were in Greenville, and I took the trip. It was about an hour trip to get there, and I went ahead and got them. These are giant seed packets. I mean, if I had the garden this year, I would have all the kale I'd need forever. It's just a massive packet. And then of course I've got these little guys, and they have a more, you know, I think this is about how much you get in the bottom of a regular seed packet you get from the store. This is it right down in here. But this is filled to here. Thousands of them, I'm sure. Oh, and I ordered more. You guys think I'm crazy. I have a whole stash of seeds in Oregon in our shipping container that I hope survive and make it here and are usable. But I had a gift certificate from my mom for my birthday that would expire, so I had to use it. And it is for Eden seeds. And I don't know anything about them other than they looked really good. They had a great selection. So I ordered them. And we'll see. We'll see. Now I get to put them with my other batch. And I don't know if you're like this. I want a better system for organizing my seeds, but I don't know if you're like this. I have a billion seeds, and it's a little bit excessive. Adrian, come say hi.
Hi.
What are you doing out here?
I was gonna ask you something. I finished dinner.
Oh, good. That's awesome.
I was gonna ask if I could have an ice cream sandwich.
Yes.
Yay! We have ice cream sandwiches! Okay.
I'm going to plant just a couple of each of the varieties of kale. And then my brassicas. I've got cabbage. Woo! Blah, blah, blah. Cabbage. I've got all different kinds. I've got broccoli. I've got bok choy, which would be fun to grow this year. I also have rutabaga. I don't know how I feel about rutabaga. I think I might try maybe a row of cabbages. I don't know. For some reason that seems really risky. Here's the deal. My thoughts are, I've got plenty of seeds. If I don't sow them, I won't get anything. If I do sow them and just get a couple, then I get a couple. If I sow them and I get a couple that go straight to bulb, then I'll know I should have started earlier. So I'm just gonna go for it. Can I grow this? We'll see. I've got 2 of these trays. I think what I'm gonna do in the other one is just do a batch of flowers. I think because this backyard needs pretty flowers. So that's what I'm gonna do. I also have flowers coming from Eden, and so I'm excited because I'm gonna do those too. I don't know about you, but I'm always tempted when I go to the Dollar Tree because they have seed packets for $1. So I picked up some, and I'm just gonna try it because, I mean, why not? I can, and I should, and I will. Do you like that? I've got some columbines. We had these growing in Oregon, and I stole the seeds from them when they were ready. So they're sitting in Oregon still in a shipping container. I'm gonna try some zinnias. And then there was one more, this variety of zinnias, because I think these are just so pretty. So, let's see how it goes. Do you like my shirt? It's one of my favorites. Okay. So, I'm gonna do my kales and my broccoli and cabbages in this one. So that means that I'm gonna have to get my little sticks out so that I can label them as well. Otherwise, I will be guessing when these get a little bit bigger. Okay. I think because of my limited space, I'm just gonna do one row this way of each kind. It's a beautiful sight there. Now I just have to water them. Alright, it's getting dark. I planted my flowers and some of my brassicas. They are ready to go. And here's some of my beans sprouting in the little cupcake containers. Alright, you guys. Blessings to you. We'll see you next time.